Hey everybody, Jason Teichner here, certified hypnotherapist, nutritionist, holistic health practitioner for over 20 years. So in this video I just kind of wanted to, yes, for those of you who are noticing, I am wearing my "The Government is the Real Pandemic" shirt. Have many shirts like this. But anyways, just wanted to talk a little bit today about DNA repair and how a substance that our cells make naturally called NAD plus plays a role, and also how to safely increase NAD plus in our cells so that we can initiate that cellular repair, which of course when we do that, it's going to in turn help with many different health conditions. Way too many to name. So the first thing I want to talk about is just DNA repair in general. Now, when we are toxic, which, as we found out from my last video here, is the only cause of illness, toxicity, which in turn creates a bunch of other problems. But when we are toxic, among many other things our cells are not be able to do, such as take in nutrients and not be able to purge toxins, because everything that we try to take in, our cells are already full of toxins. So one thing that our cells are not able to do is produce NAD plus. And not only that, when our cells are toxic and not able to repair, it drastically reduces the amount of NAD plus in the cells. So again, NAD plus is responsible for many cellular functions, not just DNA repair, but our cells need this to age effectively and to not get sick. And so again, too many conditions to name as to what low NAD is responsible for. But I'm going to kind of give a just a little bit of information on how to safely and effectively increase NAD plus in our cells so that it can trigger that repair, and so that it can trigger us to not get sick as often, age more slowly, things like that. So there's a lot of buzz going around right now, and most of the time I cannot stand buzz because it gives you misinformation. Now there's exceptions to that rule, but one thing people come to me for is, hey, this new fad came out. Is this legit or is this total crap? And so now what I'm about to share with you is not total crap, except it is also not the most effective and safest way to increase NAD plus in the cells, and I will explain the reason. So there's a lot of buzz, as I was saying, about there's a couple different supplements on how the so-called experts are saying on how to do this. One of them is called nicotinamide riboside, which is NR, and then NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide. So these two supplements are about equally as effective at increasing NAD plus. The problem is all they are doing is they are boosting NAD plus. Well, Jason, what's wrong with boosting NAD plus? Nothing, if it wasn't for the fact that simply just boosting NAD plus works in every cell. You're saying again, Jason, why is that a bad thing? Well, every cell means not just your good cells, but also your defective cells. So let's say you have cancerous cells. It is also boosting the NAD plus in your cancerous cells, meaning that those cells are also going to live longer, increase their lifespan, other than just your normal cells. So of course we only want to increase NAD plus in the normal cells, not in the bad cells, right? Not in the abnormal cells. So If we just simply boost NAD+, body's not going to know the difference between good cells and abnormal cells. So please, please, please do not use NR or NMN to boost NAD, because what we need to do, because of the reasons that I just explained, what we need to do is we need to simply inhibit the mechanism that inhibits NAD+, so that our body can produce, release, distribute NAD+ naturally. Okay? So what is the substance that inhibits NAD+? It's called CD38. Okay? CD38. Now, these NAD boosters like NR and NMN do not inhibit CD8. All they do is boost NAD+. We need to inhibit CD38, which when we do inhibit this particular substance, then our body will only produce and release and distribute NAD+ in the healthy cells. Our body will then distinguish between the healthy cells and the abnormal cells. Okay, so the way we do that is we can do it a few different ways, but the most effective supplement that I have found in order to do this, and I will link it in the description below, it's called Apigenin. Now there's other supplements that do this too, and also Apigenin does occur. It is a flavonoid and it occurs naturally in foods, the highest being in parsley with about 215 milligrams of Apigenin per 100 grams. So, but we can take it as a supplement. Again, naturally occurring substance. So Apigenin will inhibit CD38, and once that is inhibited, the body once again will naturally produce, release, and distribute NAD+ throughout our body, only in our healthy cells. So this is how we want to increase NAD+. But again, by inhibiting CD38, which Apigenin is one of the most effective ways I have seen to do it. I take it myself. So as far as dosage, depending on your age and how damaged the DNA is in your cells, we want to usually do anywhere between 375 and 750 milligrams per day. The bottle will tell you 50, 100 milligrams. It's not enough. It's not going to do anything. So that is what we want to do. Now, the reason that the bottles limit that and say 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams is because they say that people will get fatigued by taking too much. But if you do, around 375 milligrams a day, which I do 400 milligrams right now, I do 200 milligrams twice a day. It's done over time. It's given me more energy, allowed me to need less sleep, and I can just tell that my cells are repairing even more than they were before because of the increased energy that I have, and because when I get up in the morning, my brain and body is able to wake up way more quickly than it used to before I was taking the Apigenin. So if you do 400 milligrams a day like I'm doing, you can do 200 milligrams twice a day. It should not make you fatigued at that dose. If you're doing more, then probably do it 3 times a day. Like if you're doing, let's say, 750, then you would do 250 3 times a day. So that is what you want to do to increase NAD+ in the cells, which again will help repair DNA, which in turn will ward off all kinds of illnesses, diseases, including of the body as well as the brain. So that is just a short video. Any questions, of course, my website will be linked in the description, and also throw some questions in the comments if you'd like to. But again, I caution you, not to do it the way that so many of these so-called experts are saying, by taking NMN or NR. I would not do it that way for the reasons that I explained earlier in the video. So we will see you next time, and thanks for watching as always.